So the Brotherhood, the Draconian Brotherhood, is going to be, it's 3 levels to it, right? It's going to be 3 levels. So it's entry level, intermediate, and you could say master. You could say master level. But the funniest part about self-mastery is that, this is an ongoing thing. You're never done. You're done when you die. So it's not one of those situations. I'm not setting up a community of, you know, big eyes, little U's. You know what I'm saying? I'm setting up a community of men that are serious about growing, serious about family and legacy, and they don't want their family and their legacy to be tarnished or to be influenced by all the bullshit that's going on in the world now. I figured out through a lot of studying and a lot of breaking a lot of bread on information and sitting at the feet of a lot of quiet mentors and quiet geniuses, you know what I'm saying? And that live independently, completely quiet independently, you know what I'm saying? They own everything, by sitting at the foot of these guys and taking notes and, reading the documents that they give me, reading the case laws and, reading the books that, building my library off of, their recommendations and things like that over the last, I would say, about close to 15 years now. I'm at a place where for a long time I was feeling like I was by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I was alone and thinking as independently as I think. But I know that I'm not the only one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting myself out there now to attract like-minded men. You know what I'm saying? And fall into my role completely. Fall into my role of a teacher. I've always had the spirit of a teacher. Ever since I was a kid. People, old, young, you know what I'm saying? Same age, whatever, different walks of life. They've always been interested in my opinion on things. And so I got to a point where one of my spiritual mentors, they told me, like, you're a natural teacher, you should teach. But I wasn't confident in I was confident in myself and in my ability to lead and direct, but I wasn't confident that I was experienced enough to how can I word it in the simplest form? I wasn't confident that I had the experience to take on the responsibility of a teacher or of a mentor, because it's, and being a parent showed me that, right? Because this person, when it comes, and whatever they come into, to you to receive advice and direction from or for, they're trusting, they're naive, right? And they don't know what they're doing, so they're trusting that you're not, or you wouldn't, or you have the integrity and the care for them, that you would never lead them in a direction where they could be vulnerable to danger or vulnerable to misguidance, or vulnerable to predators that have mastered the space that they're going into. So I wasn't confident that I was experienced enough to take on that very heavy responsibility. But I realized that I am ready, I always have been ready. It was always my perception of what a teacher really is, right? And a teacher is really just a guide, you know what I'm saying? And I've always said, hey, I'm not in the business of telling grown folks what to do. You know what I'm saying? You do what you want, you do what you will. I'm just here to give you the information. You know what I'm saying? So you can do what you will with the information. It's not on me. My responsibility is the information that I give you, whether you're ready to receive that information or not. Or if you're not ready for that information, are you doing what's needed in order to prepare yourself to be able to receive this information or not? You know what I'm saying? That's my responsibility as a teacher. As a student or a mentee, it's your responsibility what you do with that information. Because, they say ignorance is bliss. And the reason why they say ignorance is bliss is because you're responsible for everything you know. And you're not responsible for everything that you don't know. But there are consequences for things that you know and things that you don't know at the same time. So, with this brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the era where, I was raised and I heard about how how brothers used to always, take care of each other. Used to watch each other's wives, watch each other's kids. If you weren't present, you know what I'm saying. Nobody was trying to slide up in your in your woman or play with your daughter or no shit like that. I've heard about it, but in the 60s and 70s, but I never saw it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm reaching out to like-minded people, like-minded men, because we're the only ones that have the power and the authority, natural power and authority, to change the world that we build. So I'm looking for like-minded men who are serious about their lives, who are serious about their reputation, who are serious about their last name, who are serious about how their children are raised and protecting their families and their work, and they're serious about everything that they touch. You know what I'm saying? And they're also impartial to whatever is going on into the world. You know what I'm saying? Those are the men that I want to reach. Those are the men that I'm actually looking to build with. And those are the special few men that can actually change the narrative of what we call the black community. You know what I'm saying? The old community's dead. It's dying. You know what I'm saying? And we've been trying to revive it and try to resuscitate it for, I would say, the last 25 years. I would say 20. I give it a 25 years, yeah. Last 25 years, we're trying to resuscitate it, and we just need to let that shit die and just rebuild. You know what I'm saying? All things that begin come to an end. You know what I'm saying? So that community and that culture, all of that, the black culture, all that shit needs to die, and it needs to be reborn. It needs to be rebuilt. And I know it's possible. I know I could do it. There's plenty of people that I see out here build these communities and build these wonderful infrastructures and these schools of thought about bullshit and trauma, and they're wildly successful. So they're wildly successful, so I know it's possible. And the ones that I do see, I also see, communities being built and that have been built You know, and I've also been a part of communities that have amazing structure and really doing amazing work. You know, so I know that it's possible to do. You know, and you know, I feel like it's my purpose. It's my purpose. My purpose is really just to be an example that be the example of the change I want to see in the world, and the change I want to see in my people, and the change I want to see in my country. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it done. I'm the type of man that, you know, is very, 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 very conscious and cognizant of everything that I say, and I mean everything that I say, and I say what I mean, and I think about what I say before I say it. You know what I'm saying? Because you are responsible for everything that you say and everything that you do. God damn. She having fun in that little shit. But so everything that I say that I'm going to do, I eventually get it done, whether it take me 4 days, 6 weeks, 6 years, or 10 years. I get it done. So I'm gonna build this community. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna build this brotherhood, and it's gonna be something amazing. And I'm out here on social media. I'm gonna do what I need to do out here on the social media front, so I can go ahead and bring in these brothers, and then we getting the fuck offline. You know what I'm saying? AKA we going dark, we going private, because that's what I'm about. I'm about I'm about independence, and I'm about privacy. You know what I'm saying? So if you're interested, let me know. Hit me up, and just be on the lookout.